Mastering modal verbs. How to give advice like a pro. Hello, language learners. Welcome to another session in our Intermediate English Grammar series. Today we're going to delve into the world of advice giving, focusing on the use of should, ought to, and had better. These are very important modal verbs that you'll often use when suggesting a course of action to someone else. But they're also tricky, and it's easy to make mistakes. So today, we'll go over these common errors and discuss how to avoid them. Let's jump right in. Before we look at the common mistakes, let's quickly recap how we use these verbs. Should and ought to are quite interchangeable and used to give or ask for advice. For example, you should study for the test. Or, ought I to take a coat? Had better is stronger and implies a warning or a threat of possible bad consequences. For example, we had better leave soon or we'll miss the bus. Now, let's examine some common mistakes when using these verbs and learn how to correct them. Mistake 1. Using to after should. Incorrect. You should to go to bed early. Correct. You should go to bed early. Remember, we don't use to after should. Mistake 2. Not using to after ought. Incorrect. You ought go to bed early. Correct. You ought to go to bed early. Unlike should, ought requires to following it. Mistake 3. Using had better in the past tense. Incorrect. We had better left early. Correct. We had better leave early. Although it has, had better, is not used in past tense. It always refers to the present or future. Examples. 1. Should. You should drink more water. 2. Ought to. He ought to apologize to her. 3. Had better. They had better finish their project on time. Practice exercises. Now it's your turn. Try to correct the mistakes in these sentences. 1. You should to try this restaurant. 2. We ought go to the meeting. 3. She had better went to the doctor. Pause the video here, give it a try, and then resume for the solutions. Solution. 1. You should try this restaurant. 2. We ought to go to the meeting. 3. She had better go to the doctor. That wraps up our lesson on using should, ought to, and had better to give advice. Remember to be cautious of these common mistakes. Keep practicing, and soon these structures will come naturally to you. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Happy learning, everyone!